Okay, hello, this is Alex and I am a Scientologist, and I like to make these videos where we take one of the books of the founder and I'm just going to open up to a random page, see what he has to say, give you a glimpse, and see what Scientology is all about. Okay? Alright, so we're going to take this book today. Let's see, I'm going to move this way. There. Okay, so this book is called The Fundamentals of Thought. It's a book that you can get online. It's a tremendous book. It's one of the great first books to read. Another one you could check out is called Dianetics. It's the #1 all-time bestseller on the subject of the mind. It's #1 for a reason, because it involves a technology, something you can do, which works, which will help you improve the state of your mind, which helps you with your spiritual state and so forth. But it's quite an incredible book, but we're going to cover this one here today. So I'm going to just open it at random, see what we got. Alright. Okay, good. So I'm on page 45, and so there is a triangle. I'm just going to read this part here and go over it. There is a triangle of great importance in Scientology, and an ability to use it gives a much greater understanding of life. And it's called the ARC triangle. It's the keystone, like the building block, the most important thing to holding something together, of living associations. This triangle is the common denominator of all of life's activities. So you remember I told you Scientology is about understanding life for the first time? And that is the truth. That is the truth. So ARC triangle. 3 corners. First corner is called Affinity. Affinity is the consideration of distance, whether good or bad. If you really love someone, you kind of want to be close to them. You want to hug them. Or if you have a dog, you want to be near them. They want to be near you. They're going to walk up to you because they love you too. Right? There is such a thing as affinity. You have to love or like something. It could also be an activity. You have a liking for certain things. The other corner, it says, is called reality. Reality could be defined as that which appears to be. It's reality. It's the things we're looking at, right? Reality is fundamentally agreement. What we agree to be real is real. And then the third, that's the R. So we have A and R. The third corner of the triangle is communication. So in understanding the composition of human relations, in this universe, communication is more important than the other 2 corners of the triangle. And as a society, we have come a long way, putting a lot of attention on the first 2 corners. So there is a lot of good things to say about religion, and I actually had to study the Bible to become a minister in Scientology. One of the greatest lessons of religion is to love thy neighbor, and just that simple message alone has so much power, because if you love your neighbor and you love the people around you and you love your family, they will love you back. There's a lot more to say about this subject, but it, I believe, has forwarded civilization tremendously, because otherwise we're all fighting each other and we're all trying to be tough, and who has the biggest weapons, and we don't like anybody over there. What if you did like the people over there? What if you wanted to travel over there? What if you loved everybody in your family? It's a big difference. It's a big difference. And then on the other side, you have reality. Okay? You have reality. So once we learned about science and what is, well, we could kind of conquer the world with technology and gasoline and computers and phones. And so, great. That is a step forward for man, a step backwards in some ways, but for the most part, a tremendous step forward, because we can conquer the stars. We have an ability to understand things very quickly through videos. And mankind has come a long, long way with reality. But there is a third part to this triangle, okay? It's called communication, and I'm just going to read it again because some data are much more important than other data. And he says, in understanding the composition of human relations in this universe, communication is more important than the other 2 corners of the triangle. Communication is the solvent for all things. It dissolves all things. So if you have an upset with somebody, or a country has an upset with another country, Rather than going to war, the solution is always communication. And that's just, I just picked this out at random. I mean, I don't know, resolving all war? How do you do it? Well, it begins with communication. How do you handle the upsets at work, or with, let's say, if there's an upset with your children? What do? You talk. You talk. There's a technology on how to communicate, and it's one of the main facets of Scientology. If we could all just communicate with each other on a high level and truly understand each other and love each other and come to agreement on things, there would be no war. There would be no need for drugs and all the uglinesses that go along with the world. And that is actually Scientology's mission. That is what we are working for every single day. And that's why some of us are very, very passionate about bringing the message of communication to everyone. You literally develop your ability to communicate, like actually become more capable of talking with your fellow men when you do some of the services in Scientology. It's what they're designed to do. To bring up your confront, first you have to be able to confront somebody. Then you can communicate. You have to be comfortable with them. Even if they're upset, or if they look a certain way, or are a certain way, you still have to be able to communicate, love, and agree, find points of agreement with your fellow man. And okay, so we just picked out something at random, so there you go. What do you think? Leave a share. Okay, well, thanks for watching this to the end. I really appreciate it. If you want more, then sub to my channel, and then I'll give you some more. Thank you.